Chosen ones, do not fall back to sleep. We are about to come upon a time to where all the spiritual attacks is about to become real deceiving. I'm talking about old people coming back into your life, money offerings. For example, let's look at TikTok. They send a mad invites to people to promote their items, obviously promoting consumerism. And we all know, quote unquote, black people are the top consumers. And it's all by the design. And by the end of this video, you will understand why. We also got Nasera Gesera and cryptocurrencies that's going to create countless millionaires so we can continue to fuel the system. In order to understand this matrix system, you must know the foundation of it is the quote unquote black people in America. Because of the fallen angel of man DNA. We are the Christ. This is why we're out here teaching the word the correct way with no deception. We are the church because we have the original bodies. We are one, and one is God. We are pieces of that one God, who is the true creator. This is what makes it possible that our minds can exist in one place outside of our real bodies. I know this might trip y'all out a bit. This is why I don't mention it much. But what if I was to tell you that our incorruptible bodies is still in heaven, but we are in a coma as a result of the war because they stole our souls by using the keys and then placed us down here. This is why ancient tablets show different entities holding the keys. The staff of Hermes, which is the hospital symbol, also represents the keys. As y'all can see, this is the popes holding a staff with a keys. They even have a large keys at the Vatican representing their victory over mankind. For the short time, of course. This is why it represents our pineal gland because that's where our soul is trapped at. Also, the eye of Horus represents the black hole that our minds are trapped in. And from my point of view, this black hole will look like the black sun, which is the Nazi symbol, because they enslaved us. They symbolize it everywhere. Even though we're still in a fallen state, our minds still control this dimension, and they know this. Hence the reason we have a government, because they want to control how we think. The reason we have Congress, so they can progressively make steps backwards, basically dumbing us down so we never wake up to this truth. Although their intentions is clearly in the word, but most people are too asleep to recognize this. I want y'all to think about this. If we are one, we should be able to combine our energy, right? Just like that show Captain Planet back in the day when it's actually us they're talking about. That's why they separate us. So let's say there's 100 quote unquote black people here in America. 51% of them places metaverse goggles on. The other 49% will start to see the world as if they have on metaverse goggles, but they don't. To keep this simple, our manifestation power is so strong, we are the ones literally creating this matrix with our minds, because we are one and we are fueling it with our energy. This is why they created media, so they can control the narrative of the matrix. I mean, it wouldn't even take you long to just sit and think for a moment to know naturally we are not evil. Remember when we was a kid and how innocent we were? The enemies taught us evil in order to create negative energy they can manifest off of. It was channeled through our vision. They had to brainwash us in order to get their desired manifestation, because the power literally lives inside of us, not them. This is why they try to silence guys like me, because they know, and I know, the moment enough of us wake up and become conscious of what's really happening around here, everything will change in an instant. It will literally collapse the matrix. I mean, like, to the point people will start to disappear because they are a part of the program, or negative based entities that are from the underworld. And of course, most people will think this is the rapture, when really these entities was never real or wasn't even supposed to be here to begin with. Just in case y'all don't know what rapture means: carrying off, seizure, kidnapping. It also says it comes from the word rapier, meaning rapid. That is the instance I'm talking about. As y'all can see, it's basically the same word, but in more detail. By force, violate, death, fate, disease. Now ask yourself, after I just showed y'all this, does a rapture sound pleasant to you? But of course, in America, the homo propaganda, you type in this word, this is what you're gonna find: the exact opposite. Because we're in an upside down world. And here's why. Y'all 4 founding fathers is actually the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. As y'all can see, the 4th one has a name, and it's death. But they keep the other ones hidden. Now here's a chart I made of the bloodlines. Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and Nephthys, who is death, are the 4 horsemen. Now back to this, add Grim in front of this word. Now what does that sound like? The Grim Rapier, right? What does that represent? Death, right? So to keep it simple, the rapture is the Grim Reaper coming down to kidnap souls. which will be all the low vibrating entities here, not the chosen ones that has the fallen angel of man DNA. They want us to think backwards and slowly introduce their new world order in hopes that we can manifest another reality for them again, with things like movies, crypto, Nasera Gesera, GMO, everything, basically creating the metaverse where they can have complete control over AI forever. So I said all that to say this. The apocalypse is really the collapse of the matrix, and it's the end of their time, not ours. And they need our energy in order to create alternate realities for them. This is why you have to stay woke and preserve and control your energy and not allow them to manifest off of it. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be guys. Peace.